Okay, students. So first we are going to learn everything in 4 line. Then we gradually move how it has to be done at a 2 line, and how it should be done at 1 line, and how it has to be done at unruled or the white paper. So you can say that when you are learning to ride a bicycle, first you will be taking a help of some elders from your family who will hand holding you. So you will learn the bicycle in the ground. So that is what this 4 line is all about. So once you have learned to balance yourself, then you have developed the confidence to move little bit near to your street shop to buy some vegetables to help your mother. That can be termed as the 2 line. Then since you have developed more confidence, now you are moving to the streets, going through different streets, that you can call as a single line. Now you are so overconfident, you don't need anybody's help, that is called unruled, that is 4-way track. So you can imagine it that way. So we have learned everything in 4 line first. The moment you have learned to write a beautiful paragraph in 4 line, then your handwriting training is almost over. After that, it has a simple job of how it has to be done at different lines. Okay, fine. So let me start our program. The first thing you need to remember is English is a language which has got certain letters which goes to upline, or you can say which will go to the upper zone. Some of the letters which go to downline, or you can say the lower zone. Some of the letters which falls into the middle zone, or you can classify the 4 lines. This is a 4 line for the first line. This is a second 4 line for the second line. This is a third 4 line for the third line, and this is a fourth 4 line for the fourth line. So each and every line you will have 4 lines. The first line can be called as top line or up line. Second line is middle line. The third line is base line, B-A-S-E, base line. And the fourth line is down line or bottom line. If you are calling this as up line, the fourth line can be called as down line. If you call this as a top line, then the fourth line can be called as bottom line. The second line is always a middle line, and the third, which is a very, very important line, which is the base line. All the alphabets in the word which should touch the base line. This is the right way of writing. You cannot write a letter without touching the base line, and you cannot write a letter which is crossing the base line. This is also wrong. This is also wrong. So make sure that you are just standing on the baseline. All your letters are standing on the baseline. That is the proper way of writing. And the second thing which you need to remember is a slant. So when you are writing a word or sentence, all the alphabets in the word, either it could be straight 90 degree, or it could be slightly tilted towards right to the extent of 5 degree only, uniformly. This is a right slant and this is a straight slant. Left slant, please avoid. I have seen so many students which has got left slanted because you don't know the scientific sitting positions, or you don't know how to hold the pen or pencil. So now we will come to the first type, the first part of our training, that is a sitting scientific postures. Is it clear? Slant, how it should be done, and what are the upper zone? The lines, this is the upper zone, this is the middle zone, and this is the lower zone. The letter which touches the upline, or it can be called as a ascender. A letter which touches the downline, or it can be called as a descender. And some of the letters which falls only between the middle line and base line, or in the middle zone. Is it clear? Okay. So 6 scientific sitting postures. First and foremost thing, when you are sitting for writing, make sure that both the elbows are properly rested on the ground, or you may be provided a foot rest on the desk. So please make sure that both the legs are placed properly. You cannot have your leg like this, like that, like cross legs, or you cannot lean forward onto the table, or you cannot lay it back away from the table. So sit properly. Don't make your spine 90 degrees straight, show little bit forward, and ensure both the elbows are properly rested on the table. The simple technique is hold your rest on the table, put your notebook and try to move the paper or notebook upward with the help of the second hand, so that you don't have to change your hand down. So you don't have to look for your hand position and all. That is what the simple technique. And ensure that you are placing your notebook at the 45-degree angle. 45-degree means you cannot have writing like this. You can, at the maximum, you can paint on the wall in the 90-degree. So you have to turn the diagonal which comes to directly to your chest, which is 45-degree for the left-handers. For the right-handers, for the left-hander, it should be on the other way. So this is the 45-degree angle. Then ensure that your writing instrument, it could be pencil or it could be pen. If it is a pencil, ensure that this is not your tip. Where the sharpener has been used, this place is known as tip. And index finger and thumb finger, only these two fingers has to be used to hold the pencil like this. And remaining three fingers should go down the pencil. Or you can place your fingers like this. From childhood days, you would have tried like this, shooting somebody else, like we do play like this. So hold your hand like this and put your pencil. So the three fingers should support the pencil and try to hold from the side with the help of index finger and thumb finger. This is the right way to hold the writing instrument. This place is known as tip, and this index thumb finger is to be used at grip. And you should not touch the place where you have used the sharpener. So any slope which is there in the writing instrument, you should not touch on that place. So this is the way to hold the pencil. And you should not give any pressure to the pencil as well as to the paper. The first technique is just place your palm like this. Try to move your finger up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up. Try to do anti-clockwise circle. Try to do clockwise circle. Try to do anti-clockwise circle. Try to do clockwise circle. So learn to use your fingers only. You don't have to move your wrist. You don't have to move your hand. So this is the first technique. If it is pen, can you identify which is the place is a tip in this pen? So this is not a tip. So here you will find a slope. So this place is known as tip. So the index finger has to come here. The grip has to come here. So this is the way to hold the pen. Is it clear? So can we quickly recollect how the 6 basic points? You have to put your legs properly on the ground or the footrest. And you have to keep a proper distance between the table and the body, ideally 4-finger distance. You cannot lean forward as well as you cannot lay it back. And ensure both the elbows are rested properly on the table. Keep your notebook on 45-degree. Hold the pen or pencil properly at the tip and grip. Don't put any pressure as well as to the pen as well as to the paper. Is it clear? So before we learn to learn the formation of letter by using basic point identification, let us try to do some 16 different kind of patterns. So which will help you to understand this 4-line concept as well as the seating position perfection. Is it clear? Okay. So I am going to use some kind of objects or some kind of names for each and every pattern. So you please recite that pattern and try to do it. Okay. The first pattern in the 4-line, I am going to call 3 cartoon characters like Yaba, Daba and Do. What is that? Yaba, Daba and Do. And try to hold the pencil as I said. Don't put any pressure. Try to draw from down to up. First Yaba between base and middle. Daba base to up. Do baseline to downline to upline. Clear? Leave a small space. Yaba, Daba, Do. Leave a small space. Yaba, Daba, Do. Leave a small space. Yaba, Daba, Do. 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 Clear, children? So the first thing what you have to do is, when I am writing something on the board, please don't writing anything on your notebook. Just observe, look at the board, listen carefully, observe carefully. Then I will give you time so that you can write in your notebook. When you are writing, write as slow as possible. Don't try to write fast. First try to get the objects properly. The line should be straight and you should not get any shaken in that line. So always do from the this direction, bottom to up direction. Bottom to up direction. Okay.